Hi, everyone. Mary Ellen Benakin, Sue Jennings, Real Estate Ladies of North Atlanta. So today we have a treat for you. We're going to talk about real estate and the economic outlook of 2025. We're going to talk about the neighborhood, the retreat at Caney Creek, Caney Creek, say that 10 times. What we love about North Atlanta is affordable luxury living, and the design tip of the day is barn doors. That's always a fun topic to talk about because everyone has their opinion about barn doors. So let's dig into the retreat at Caney Creek.
Okay, so the retreat at Caney Creek is being built by Deluxton Homes. It is a gated 31 single-family home community being built at 685 Old Alpharetta Road in Alpharetta. If you're familiar with this area, it sits pretty close to 141, but it's, and also I take my pet to the South Forsyth Animal Hospital, which is a fantastic animal hospital in the area, so it's close to there as well. The home sizes do vary. They're between 3,400 and 4,300 square feet, and listings are available from, get this, just over $1 million to 1.3 million. Talk about a bargain in this area. So the floor plans feature open floor plans, gorgeous chef's kitchen with a huge island, private dining. Some floor plans do offer a master on the main or a main level bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And upstairs you can have like 4 private bedrooms designed with their own private baths, a large open loft area that you could use for a game room, a gym, an office, a media room, whatever you want. And the community also has sidewalks, a pond with a gazebo, and a stunning front gated entrance. It's all within 5 minutes of shopping, halcyon, restaurants, Georgia 400, and the schools in that area are great schools. They're Big Creek Elementary, Piney Grove Middle School, and Denmark High School.
And that's a newer high school. So,
yes, it is.
So there you go. Okay,
yes.
Great. Well, that was great. So today we're going to talk about, we're going to dig into what's going on in the world of real estate.
Right. So the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors put together this recent presentation. His name is Dr. Lawrence Hume. And like I said, he's the chief economist for NAR. And he has, we'll just summarize this quickly for you. If you look at this first slide, household equity in real estate in the US has risen significantly in the last 5 years, and it's at an all-time high right now. If you look at the next slide, Mary Ellen, this is the median net worth between owners versus renters, and it's vastly different. If in 2024 it was estimated that the median net worth of homeowners was about $415,000, and for those that were renters, it was only $10,000. You can go to the next slide.
So what does that wait? Let's go back to this slide. So what does that mean, Sue?
That just means that, you know, the home ownership enables people to grow their wealth and to look at the, you know, with just rising values in real estate, how much equity people are able to, you know, put into their assets just by being a homeowner versus being a renter.
You know, and it's all about building wealth. It really
is.
I mean, at the end of the day, you own a house, you're going to build wealth. Do you want to build wealth or do you want to throw money down the toilet? Right.
Right. Exactly. So this next slide shows what the home price gains since prior to COVID have been from the first quarter of 2020 to the third quarter of 2024. And the areas that have the darkest colors show the most significant gains. The Northeast in the US, so Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, and the southeastern states of Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida had the highest percentage of increases in the country. You know, there's a pretty good increase there in Montana and Idaho as well, but they probably started out at much lower prices than what the Northeast did. The percentage increases range between 64.1% in South Carolina to 72.3% in Maine. And the areas with the lowest percentage of increases were, see how light in color Louisiana is? It's 24.4%, and Washington, D.C. was 16.6%, although not a large market because most people live outside of Washington, D.C. in the Northern Virginia and Maryland areas.
Yeah. And you know why Maine was so high is that people were, when COVID hit, they went to Maine. They went like in the middle of nowhere. They went to Maine, which is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous state. And people just moved away from the cities and they moved into more of the suburbs and rural areas. So that's why we see the increase there as well.
Right. So on the next slide, if you look at this, you can see that contract signings for real estate purchases increased pretty significantly in the last couple of months of 2024. Starting in September, the market started to turn around. It jumped up a lot in October, November, and by the way, December was a very strong month in 2024. And we expect this trend to continue.
Yeah. And I think what's important too is that everyone look at these numbers that, yes, 2024 was a little challenging. There wasn't as many homes sold. We anticipate this year to be higher than last year. We don't know how much higher. We're hoping a lot higher, but there's always people that need to buy and sell. So remember that no matter what situation you're in, there's always people buying and selling.
Right. So the next slide shows the inventory of homes nationally. We're going to do another presentation, another podcast here in a few weeks where we talk about just the Atlanta area. But right now, nationally, the inventory of homes for sale is at a very low level. This indicates that overall, this nation's in a seller's market. Atlanta as a whole is considered to be a move-up market. So in the fourth quarter of 2024, in Atlanta, the median home price was $448,000. This was 1.8% higher than the fourth quarter of 2023. And most homes in Metro Atlanta, by the way, are selling for 96.4% of original list price. So we talk about this in some of the podcasts about how important pricing is and the strategies behind that.
And remember, this is national. This is not Atlanta.
Right.
This is national. So we're giving you the national news on what's going on.
Right.
Okay. So
this is a really interesting slide because job growth and low unemployment in the U.S. contribute to the overall real estate market.
Yeah. So the total jobs in the U.S.
In job growth areas in the past 5 years have been in Florida, Texas, Utah, Idaho, and Montana.
Yeah. So jobs, we lost you for a second.
Yes.
So jobs and of course, during COVID, they went down and you see that they're steadily going up in the United States. So there we go. And then the next one is the unemployment rate.
Right. So our next slide should show the Federal Reserve rates. Do we have that one?
Yes, Federal wants to see.
Okay,
yes.
So, the Federal Reserve cut rates in September 2024. This did not bring down the mortgage rates. Mortgage rates remain pretty stable. And if you look at one more slide, Mary Ellen, you'll see that, I believe.
That's oil
prices. So anyway, rates in the coming year, interest rates that is, we're expecting them to be slightly lower, but actually to remain fairly stable.
Yeah.
Overall, existing home sales and new home sales in 2024 remain flat from 2023 levels, but we do expect that median home prices will increase 2% in each of the next 2 years.
Yeah, which is really good. Good to see. And the oil prices, yes, that has an effect on everything too. You can see the graph right now, and we're pretty stable at this moment.
Right. There's a good example where the Fed rates did not really change those mortgage rates. I mentioned September 2024, and you can see if you look at the red line versus the blue line, it really didn't bring down the mortgage rates at all.
Nope.
Here you can see, the mortgage rates are the red line, the Fed funds rate is the blue line, and the spacing, the delta between the two has remained relatively the same.
Yep. So if you were on the fence to purchase a house because of the election and everything else, I think you just need to pull the plunge, because otherwise next year you're going to be paying more for that house.
Exactly.
And here's the national debt, which is always interesting to look at.
Right.
Gold prices. Okay. Who's going out to buy some gold? Because gold looks like it's going up. Gold, crypto, real estate. Oh, yeah. Real estate is definitely a great.
Right. So existing home sales are in red. Two of the most difficult years, new home sales are in blue. Existing home sales are predicted to increase 9% in 2025 and another 13% in 2026. New home construction sales are expected to grow 11% in 2025, but only 8% in 2026. So, Mary Ellen, this is something we're going to want to watch, because new home construction is important, because there's a certain portion of the existing home market that needs to be replaced each year, and it's replaced by new construction coupled with population growth and so forth. That creates the demand for new home construction and new housing. And if these demands exceed what the amount of the percentage of increase in new home construction, then we have inventory shortages. If we have inventory shortages, housing prices increase.
Yep.
So
we
have to watch
we have to keep an eye on the new construction and what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So 88 million homeowners. This is a little eye-opening here. 35% of 88 million people do not have a mortgage on their house.
Right.
Which means they have a lot of equity sitting in a property right now.
They do.
So what can you do to leverage yourself to make money on that money that's just sitting there?
Well, you can, sell the property. You can list the property for sale, cash out, and put the cash into an even more expensive property.
Or you can take some of the money out and buy investment properties. You can go buy a second home. Remember, we can help you anywhere in the whole entire world buy real estate. So remember that. So if you're thinking about buying that property in Portugal or that property in Costa Rica, reach out to us because we can help you. So, but even if you look at the numbers, that the pink, which is 11.6%, has less than 3% mortgage. Wow. So these numbers are really, really interesting to look at.
Right.
So there's a lot of people sitting on a lot of money.
There is.
And it's a choice. I understand a lot of people want to be debt free. I get it. But if you're younger and you want to build wealth or build a legacy, the way you're going to do it is to leverage your money and purchase other properties through that.
Right.
All within reason, So the national forecast, and I think Sue already talked a little bit about this, is the existing homes is gonna, we're looking at a 9% increase overall, and in 2026 a 13%. New home sales, that number really worries me a little bit in 2026, right? Because I know here in Atlanta, we're always building. So there's a lot more building than other parts of the country. So we'll have to look at our numbers and kind of get back to you on the Atlanta numbers on that.
Right, we will.
Okay. And then, thank you. That was great. Thank you. So we just wanted to give you a little overview. That was great information. A lot of people have equity. If you're renting, you need to go and buy if you can afford it. And I think people get nervous on what they can afford. So the most important thing is if you feel like you're don't know where to start, reach out to us, because what are we going to do? We're going to send you to an amazing lender who is going to help you and say, this is how much money you have to put down. This is what it's going to cost you. And then, because if you wait another year, first of all, your rent's going up. Second of all, prices of homes are going up. And the interest rates are pretty much going to stay the same. They're not going to change much difference in the next year. We don't foresee that happening. No one does. If it happens, great. We don't have a magic, ball that can tell us what's going to happen. I wish we did, right? We don't. So if we just go by statistics, it's going to pretty much stay the same. So if you're a first-time home buyer, build wealth, start building wealth, however you can. Leverage yourself with your money through real estate, and you will be so happy that you did. All right. Anything else we want to add from that information? I think we kind of covered a lot of information that everyone's looking at. 2025 is going to be an amazing year. And just, there's always people, remember, there's always people buying and selling real estate. Mm-hmm. Always. So we're never going to not have any houses being sold. Right. Might be a little more challenging to sell a house, but you know what? We went through that market that, you just put a house on the market and you had 25 offers. So those days are gone. We're back to a normal, stable market, which is so much more fun. It really is. Right. So that everybody doesn't have to make a decision in 2 seconds on whether they want the house or not, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's talk about what we love about North Atlanta. And today we're going to talk about affordable luxury living. Okay, that's really interesting because when you think of luxury living, you don't think affordable.
Yeah, but Atlanta is so much more affordable than areas like Boston, Chicago, New York, California, and it's the perfect blend of luxury and affordability. It makes it a standout destination for homeowners. It really does. There's so many upscale neighborhoods here with top-rated schools, very high standard of living, and it just doesn't have those sky-high prices like other cities. So here you'll find beautifully designed homes, spacious lots, resort-like amenities. I mean, golf courses galore, and everything's at a fraction of the cost of what it is, up in the Northeast or out in California and so forth. Outdoor enthusiasts here really do enjoy all our parks, our trails, like I said, golf courses. And of course, if you're like me, you're a foodie and you love the dining scene. So with easy access to all of Atlanta's business hubs and entertainment and all the companies that call this home, North Metro Atlanta combines with that Southern charm with modern convenience and makes it an unbelievable, unbeatable place to call home.
Yeah, and let's talk about real estate taxes on a house. We're both from the North and we're like, oh my God, taxes are so high. When people come here and they go, oh, the taxes are so high on real estate. No. So what you're going to find is the price of a home. You're going to see about 1 to 1.25% of that price is going to be your taxes.
Right.
Not anything crazy like up north. So, So remember that. That really helps when you're talking about affordability when it comes to luxury. That will save you a lot of money, that the taxes aren't as high as other parts of the country. So
Right.
So that kind of digs into that.
Right. And for our seniors, we do have counties that we can suggest to you to consider for your next home, because some counties do have benefits for seniors as far as reduced taxes.
Which is great, because we do get a lot of corporate people that come in, and then the grandparents follow them because they want to see their grandkids. And then they're able to go into a county that after 62 years old, they do not have to pay the school tax. Right. So they get a discount on the taxes. And compared to the North, people are going to be like, that's a joke. But here, if you're used to paying taxes here, and then you turn 62 and you're able to not have to pay those school taxes, that's a plus. Mm-hmm. That's more money in your pocket and in your legacy and in your grandkids. You can go spend the money on the grandkids, right? Go have fun, go to their activities and go do the stuff. So anyway, let us know, because if you're a senior and you're moving here to be close to your kids and grandkids, we can guide you in the right direction of which counties will give you that senior discount, tax discount. So,
That's true.
all right. So next, we're going to talk about something fun called, we're going to talk about installing barn doors. Now we're going to get a lot of what? Feedback on this, right?
Well, yeah, maybe I should have retitled this one as installing barn doors and pocket doors. Now, pocket doors are something that are really hard to install unless you're doing new construction and you do it at the time that the house is built. But barn doors you can install at any time. So how many times have you walked into a bathroom like a Jack and Jill and the doors all start hitting each other? It's a space-saving feature that you could put in your home to, put it as a sliding door along a wall rather than having it swing open and perhaps hit another door in the space. They're ideal for laundry rooms, closets, pantries, bathrooms, any place where space is limited. They also add architectural charm. I mean, looking at these pictures here that Mary Ellen's showing, you can see some of them are really interesting, a blend of like rustic and modern aesthetics. And you can also use them to divide spaces to create new rooms, such as home offices or playrooms. You can provide privacy without having to build a permanent wall. Barn doors do range in price depending upon the type of wood used or whether there's glass in the door. And by the way, if you do pick one with a glass in the door, make sure it's tempered glass for safety reasons. And they're a lot cheaper than, building a permanent wall. But your hardware can vary price-wise. But they're generally affordable compared to custom doors or major renovations to your home. And they're versatile and elegant, and that's what makes them a smart value-adding upgrade to your home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think we just showed there's so many different ways to use a barn door here. Mm-hmm. So I think you just gonna have to, and I mean, you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get them, and you can go to different places. We just pulled this because they had some great barn doors with a Z. We just pulled this website because we thought it gave such an opportunity. I don't think people think of barn doors and they think of one specific way. And there's just so many different ways to use it and, just to kind of go from there. So,
right.
Anything else about barn doors today?
Nope, I think we covered it.
Okay, we covered it. There you go, covered it. So, do you like barn doors? Please comment. Do you like them or you don't like them? And if you like them, what kind do you like? Do you like glass? Do you like wood? What color? And where would you put if you could put a barn door in any place in your house, where would you put it? We want to hear about that. So, where would you put one if you could?
I would put one on my pantry.
Okay.
Because it's space saving. I don't have to have the door swing out towards my, island, perhaps. The one place where I might be careful where I put it is in the master bedroom. Yeah. Because if you or your partner gets up during the night and you need to slide that door shut for the bathroom, it could wake somebody else up. But if you're in a situation where you don't have that particular situation, go for it.
Yeah, good. So we'd like to hear from you what your favorite barn door is or where you would put a barn door. So anyway, today we talked about the real estate and economic outlook for 2025. We got the NAR statistics, which is the National Realtors Information for nationwide. We talked about the retreat at Caney Creek. And that's going to be an amazing little subdivision. We talked about what we love about North Atlanta, which is affordable luxury living. And yes, you can have affordable luxury living, because sometimes when people say luxury, they think, how can luxury be affordable? It actually can be. So we told you that. And then design tip of the day is barn doors. We talked about what different kinds, how to use them, and we want to know how you would use them. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Let us know if there's anything else you'd like to hear from us. Sue, have a great day.
You too.
And we'll talk to you soon.